The Omusati Regional Electoral Commission held an important engagement with various stakeholders to share crucial information pertaining to activities within the electoral calendar. The engagement serves as a platform to educate the electorates as well as informing regional constituency councillors of the presence of ECN officials within the region on the stroke of the upcoming presidential election in November. The event was graced by many constituency councillors and officials from the ECN as well as officers from the Namibian Police. During the engagement, Omusati Regional Electoral Officer Elizabeth Shiningayamwe shared that for ECN to successfully conduct training for registration officials within the region at various clusters and the registration of voters' card, the Commission undertakes to lease 103 private vehicles meeting stipulated requirements. The masses and inhabitants of Omusati consequently flocked to Omusati Regional Police Headquarters to have their cars inspected for possible ECN leasing for the period of 3rd June to 1st August 2024.
Our meeting is a very short one, but with very intense information that will need our respective stakeholders to go on the ground to disseminate the information we are going to share with you today. Was it important that we decided to have this meeting today? The main importance or the main aim of having this meeting is just to sensitize our respective stakeholders of the general registration that is ongoing for the preparedness of our presidential and national council election that is coming on the 27th of November. It's simply, in short, just to disseminate the information that we are going to go around the regions doing registrations to prepare for the presidential election in November. Constituency supervisors were appointed on the 8th of April. They have been among us going around on the constituency. I'm sure you have been seeing them around. We are expecting the training of the registration officials that will start on the 20th of May to the 29th of May, that will take place on our 4 clusters. The first cluster will be in Outapi. That will be here. This is the venue at David Shehama. That will be the first cluster where the registration officials for Outapi, Anamlenge, and Otsandi constituency. That's where the training of the officials will take place. And then the second cluster will take place in Okahawa constituency office. That will be for Okahawa constituency and Otamanzi constituency. And then our third cluster will take place at Oshikuku Town Council Hall. That will be for Oshikuku constituency, Elimi constituency, and Orongo constituency. Our fourth cluster will be at Okalongo. That will be now for Okalongo constituency and Etai constituency at Haudano Secondary School. And our last cluster, that is Onesi. It will be at Onesi Secondary School. That will be now Onesi constituency and Ruakana constituency. Just to inform the members that we'll be seeing the registration officials very soon on our constituencies as from the 3rd of June. The general registration will start on the 3rd of June up to the 1st of August. Before I continue, another very important date that I just want to bring to your attention The reason why we are doing the registration process is because of the presidential election that we are facing, that is going to take place on the 27th of November 2024. There's the need for the voters registration, that we make sure that we register ourselves so that we'll be able to vote come 27 November 2024. We don't want a situation where when the election comes, that's when now people are asking, how do I vote? You won't be able to vote if you don't use this opportunity to register yourself as an eligible voter. On my program here again, I just want to go through, it was recently announced that due to lack of GRN vehicles, the government or the ECN have taken an approach to use the public vehicles, and an advert was sent out so that the interested vehicle owners can partake in bringing in their vehicles to be used during the registration period, which is the 3rd of June up to the 1st of August. I just wanted to go through a bit because we are receiving so many calls on the process and the requirements of who should bring in the car and what type of vehicle that should be brought for testing and so on. I just want to go through quickly on our requirements. Our requirements read that the vehicle should be either a single cab or a double cab with a canopy. I'm emphasizing on that, a single cab or a double cab with canopy. Some will call and ask, but no, we understand, but we need a canopy. I'm sure there's a reason for that. The vehicle should have a canopy. And secondly, the vehicle should not be older than 10 years, meaning we are only taking vehicle of 2013 model upwards. Because then, if the car was bought in 2013, it's going to 10 years. There's another requirement, the vehicle should be insured. The vehicle should be insured with any insurance company, and proof should be provided thereof. This was put up as one of the requirements because previously there is an issue where you give in your car and then it involves in an accident and you come back to us to say, ECN, you need to pay my vehicle. So in this case, it's in other terms, I might say it's on the owner's risk. If something happens, at least make sure that your car is insured so that you'll be able to repair your vehicle. Your vehicle is up to the discretion of the owner of the vehicle. If you are going to give it in for the electoral officers to drive your vehicle, or you bring in your driver. But your driver will be on your own cost. You have to pay your own driver, provide him with accommodation if need be, provide him with meals if need be. So the driver is solely your own responsibility. Another requirement is the vehicle should be brought in, physical brought in, as from the 15th of May until 17th of May, which is a Friday. So you either bring in your car tomorrow, Wednesday, or bring it in on Thursday or bring it in on Friday. After that, and then the selection will be done and the successful candidate will be informed accordingly.
The question is, do we have the information sheet? We are recording here, but maybe we are missing some information that we take to the community. Do we have the copy of that information? Therefore, we are going to deliver the correct information.
Me, as a regional electoral officer at the regional level, I receive information from head office, and it comes as such. And in my capacity, I don't really have that authority to question my superiors as to why they took the route they took. However, that shouldn't be an excuse. At our level, we will try our level best to disseminate the information to the honorable councillors. We'll make copies. It's unfortunate that I did not think of that. I could have made copies and bring them along, but we can still do it and then drop them at the constituency offices. My apologies, honorable councillors.
The inspections of cars at the regional level. You see, last year, the Namibian Statistics Agency, when they were inspecting cars, they were at the constituency office. So now, our people who want to participate or who want their cars to partake in this exercise, they feel that Outapi is going to be congested. Probably so many cars will be in one place. Why don't they come to the respective constituencies so that the exercise can be free, unlike at Outapi? The other thing, I just wanted to know, when it's come to Fortuna's car, are they allowed to partake in this exercise?
By Honorable Inende was a issue, a concern of why the inspection of vehicles are not being done at the constituency level. He gave an example of census. I cannot really answer on their behalf. I don't know as to why they took the route of tasting vehicles at the constituency level. But answering on behalf of ECN, I might say that our superiors had discussions with the Namibian police, and I guess they came to a conclusion to say testing should only be done at certain police stations. Like in our case, it's only at the headquarters of the police. And I don't also want to answer on behalf of the Namibian police to say if maybe it's lack of manpower. I don't want to say that. But I guess there's reasons as to why it was only decided that the testing should only be at one point. I know it's very inconvenient, especially to our public members that want to take place. It's unfortunately that we cannot change it at this point in time. The testing is starting already tomorrow. We are just asking the public to be a bit patient with us. We know it's going to be chaos, but we are going to try our level best to make sure everyone is attended to. And also, we also know of the challenges that you will experience, so that in the future, such inputs of testing in the constituency is at least taken into consideration. Looking at the cost of someone bringing his vehicles to the regional office, and at the end of the day, the person does not make it, it's really a waste. But we have taken note of that, and will take the consent to the relevant authority. As for now, unfortunately, I sincerely apologize that it will remain the way it is for now, but then we'll take it up with our superiors. Thank you so much, Honorable Councillor, for the question. Issue of Fortuner, if we are going to make use of Fortuner vehicles. Unfortunately, we are not going to make use of Fortuners or SUVs. The reason being, ECN is more of transporting materials in tables, chairs, tents, water bottles, and petrol can. So we are not more of transporting officials, we are more of transporting items. So there's no way I can load chairs and tables in a Fortuner or in a SUV. That is why we are only asking for pickups, Honorable Councillor. I hope your question was answered. The Electoral Commission is at an advanced stage. We are very much prepared to conduct the general voters registration, which is scheduled to take place on the 3rd of June up to the 1st of August. We are just humbly requesting the full support of our stakeholders in making sure that the registration process goes smooth as planned. We are very, very much prepared as ECN.
On how prepared the police is on conducting the inspection of vehicle in ensuring they meet all criteria and leaving no room for favoritism, Commissioner Basson, Omosati Regional Commander, had this to say.
And you that the vehicle inspection, particularly in this case for the election and the registration of voters, it is very important because one, it is still, vehicle must be roadworthy whenever traveling from point A to point B. But in particular in this case, it's particularly, if you look at the, they are still transporting individuals, human beings. So it is very important that the car, the tire should be in a proper condition. The condition of the car should be correctly so that whoever has been transported, whatever has been transported from point A to point B, through the vehicle and the roadworthy thereof will then be protected, meaning that the vehicle can carry people from point A to point B without any eventualities, accidents, particularly in that line. So that is really important to make sure that cars are roadworthy and accidents that does not occur because of the unroadworthiness of these particular cars. As per the criteria set by ECN, is whenever after the cars are tested and the criteria set for us as both as ECN and the police to make sure that whatever car is defined to be roadworthy or met the criteria is also as individuals, not individuals per se, but officials of the Namibian police, to make sure that there should be no room for whether you call it a bribe or any reason. Everybody must be tested on the same criteria, and if the car is not met the required criteria, that car must not go through. So the definitive, and if there is any complaints, definitely we are going to look at it. It's not possible to make sure that everything will always be 100%, but we are still going to make sure that we are going to speak to the officers to make sure that they shall make sure that every car that is passing that test, it is test worthy. It's not favoritism, it's not friendship, it's not anything, but the car is worth to transport and is roadworthy. There should be nothing else other than that. If anything comes, we're always calling on the public to say that if there is such complaints, we really want to, we'll definitely go back to a particular car if that car is identified, and we are going to see how that car's condition looks, and if it's really true that it doesn't qualify, obviously that car will be withdrawn. But we should be prepared at all times. Mind you, this is a national event. It's something that we know ages and years, at times that elections is coming, after every 5 years, election is coming, whatever. So it's a matter of just get our house in order and get the boots on the ground. We are very much prepared and ready to run and make sure that both the registration and the election is done in a very conducive environment where the police are at the forefront of maintaining law and order.
Fellow Namibian that are finding themselves in Outapi constituency, the constituency I'm leading, and the colleagues and the public that finds themselves in Umsati region, me also being the members of the management committee of the regional council, and the Namibian at large. I'm just imploring on all of us to use this opportunity to go and register so that we make sure comes 27 November 2024, we all go and vote. And let's make sure that we go there to register and vote and make sure that we tell our neighbors, we tell our friends that let's escort each other to the registration point. We should also assist the elderlies that are not having transport to areas where maybe the area is far and the person need to be registered. I'm really appreciating that this process came this time, and we have enough time to go and register. And all of us this time around, we should go and register because it's a general voters registration. The voters card, the voters card we have, they have now expired. As we were informed by ECN. Therefore, all of us from the age of 18, having Namibian document, you are qualified. Let's go and register and make sure that we vote for peace, for stability, and for the development of our country.